Hi, good afternoon, everybody here. And if you are joining us from different parts of the world, either good evening, late good evening, or early good morning. So I am DK Panda. I am the founder and CEO of XScale Solutions, and my colleague Donglai Dai, who is the chief engineer, will be presenting this talk, high performance MPI and deep learning with introspection on open power platform. I'm also a professor at the Ohio State University. And from the OSU side, we have also been working a lot of work on MPI and especially MBAPIS project. And here I'll be talking primarily from the XScale Solutions perspective, how we are trying to take high performance MPI and deep learning to the next level, especially for the open power platform. Oh, 1 minute, I think. So let me give a very brief overview about us, especially the XScale solution. It is a commercial spin-off. And the objectives are to bring innovative and efficient end-to-end solutions, services, support, and training to our customer. We are a silver ISV member of the Open Power Consortium. And as I indicated from the OSU side, there is a project which has been running for almost 19 years, which is called MBAPIS project, as many of you might be familiar. Is the high performance MPI over InfiniBand, Rocky, all the other modern interconnects. And there are different variations of that. I'll be talking a little bit about here, even including the cloud, Azure, and AWS versions. We also do a lot of thing on the big data perspective. So here the idea is from a commercial spin-off, one can actually get commercial support and training for the state-of-the-art, the communication libraries as available from the OSU. But on top of that, we also have value-added products. And in the last year's Open Power Summit, we actually introduced, that time we were just coming up, we had introduced XScale HPC and XScale AI. So these are the two packages for high performance MPI solutions for HPC and DI. So today I'll be going much more details into these, and some of these are being done through even United States DOE SBIR grants. So this will be the outline of the talk. I'll start with a very brief introduction about the latest trends in the HPC technologies, the open power and CUDA over MPI. Then I'll go into these two different products. Most of the time I'll be focusing on these XScale AI, which is the high performance solution with the deep introspection. This is a lot of novelties we have added here to the software package for ease of programming and performance monitoring and performance debugging on the open power platform so that you can harness the best performance and scalability. So as many of you know, I mean, these days, all the modern HPC clusters are being designed with commodity components. You have multi-core, many-core processors. If you take a look at like the Oak Ridge National Labs Summit, which is currently number 2, it was number 1 for many years. Driven by open power platform with high performance interconnects like InfiniBand and accelerators like NVIDIA GPUs. And of course, on the modern architectures, beside these components, gradually we are also seeing high performance SSDs, even NVMe SSDs, which basically allows like a RDMA interface to the SSDs to carry out very high performance IO. So this is our like the Oak Ridge Summit I indicated earlier, even the Livermore, Sierra, Lassen. These are all the open power platforms with InfiniBand interconnect. So today's talk will be primarily focused, how do you run high performance HPC and DL applications on these platforms? So to provide a little bit of perspective, when you have some kind of like a GPU devices, how efficiently you do communications from GPU to GPU. So let's say we have this like a open power CPU here, we have a GPU and things are connected to the NIC. Typically, when people try to program these devices, if you have some data here, people do like, if you are a programmer, you would do a CUDA mem copy, then you do an MPI send to data here, then you do an MPI receive and CUDA mem copy. This is the most of the way, or the very easy way people try to program these systems. It leads to high productivity, but the performance may not be that good because it goes through so many hops. and then your overall latency might be very high. So in fact, from the OSU side, in 2010, we actually introduced this concept of GPU-aware or CUDA-aware MPI library. Many of you might have heard of it. In fact, I'll try to give some solutions. And in fact, over the last 10 years, a lot of other MPI stacks have already adopted similar kind of ideas. So here the idea is that if I have some data, just like I indicated earlier, if a programmer knows how to do MPI communication calls from host buffer, a buffer in the host processor to the buffer in the destination processor, instead of that, if you just provide a device buffer address, then you just do at the sender side, you just call MPI send from the device buffer, and then the receiver side, you do MPI receive to the receiver device buffer. And then if you see this animation, the MPI library takes care of everything. So the end user or the programmer doesn't even have to know CUDA for communication. You may try to do your computation using CUDA kernels and all, but for communication, you don't need any kind of involvement with CUDA, and this leads to high performance and high productivity. So this has been actually the MRAPIST2 library, which I'll be talking a little bit more details, has been the backbone of that design, and that delivers very high performance. So based on that, now the question is here, let's say from a commercial perspective in a production environment, how do you really deploy on these heterogeneous clusters an MPI library and try to get the best performance? Of course, as the machines are becoming more complex, optimizing and tuning parallel applications on these systems are becoming very time-consuming, meticulous, and tedious tasks. Which MPI library to use, and also how to tune the MPI library. These are the challenges. So this XCal package, HPC package from the XCal Solutions, actually it is based on the MRAPIST2 library, as I indicated earlier, but it takes care of a lot of tuning and performance optimizations, so that especially on these open power platforms, out of the box, you should be able to install it and get the best performance like a point-to-point and collective. So let me try to show you some numbers here. So this is from the open power with GDR copy. GDR copy is a library from NVIDIA, which can actually accelerate your short message transfer. So if you take a look at here, intra-node performance, that means there are two GPUs connected with the same node. What we are trying to show latency like a one-way half of round trip. So if you take it here like a 0.76 microsecond, 760 nanoseconds, we should be able to move data from one GPU to the other GPU in a small size data. And then if these GPUs are connected with NVLink 2, these are the Volta GPU, just like on the Sierra and the Lassen or even the Summit. So here you will see we are able to achieve very close to like 65 gigabytes per second bandwidth, very close to the peak bandwidth of the NVLink 2. And then if you talk about like internode, so these are connected with two-port EDR, InfiniBand interconnects. So again, if you see with the GDR copy, node to node, like a GPU from one node to the GPU of other node, we are able to send data in 2.18 microseconds. If some of you remember, like a typically nowadays InfiniBand from node to node is around 1 microsecond. In another 1.1 microsecond, 1.18 microsecond, we are able to send data from a GPU of one node to the GPU of other node. And it also tries to deliver you the performance, which is at the full two-port EDR. So these are the kind of benefits what you see using this CUDA-aware MPI library. So that is just the point-to-point, but let's talk about some collectives. And I'll be focusing a lot on this MPI all reduce, which is very common in HPC applications, as well as a lot of deep learning applications. So these numbers were taken again on the Oak Ridge Summit. So as you can see, here we are comparing with the Nickel library from NVIDIA. We presented actually this paper at the ICS 2020, and you can take a look here. So this is actually just a few months back. We presented these results. You can see compared to Nickel, we are able to deliver like a 1.6x better or 1.7x better performance. And as the number of GPUs increases, we are also able to perform comparable to other MPI stacks, deliver far better performance. Okay? And those are like the collectives. Many also scientific applications, as you might be knowing, uses a lot of data types. So here again, what we have done kernel-based data types. So typically in the data types, when you have the data in the GPU, you typically get into the CPU and then perform the data type operations and send it out. That of course brings a lot of overhead. So what we have done is launching the kernel. As the data is getting produced, data type processing also takes place there. So then you get significant benefit. Here again, you can see this is compared to OpenMPI. This is the proposed, which is already available in the latest xScale package. This was presented at the HiPC 2019 from the OSU team. So here you can see we can deliver you a speed up of almost like a 4.3x. This is for milk. As the number of GPUs increases, this is a Jacobi 2D stencil computation. We can give you 13% benefit. This is like a Cosmo, which is a weather forecasting model, primarily being used in Switzerland and Europe. We are collaborating with them. So here again, you can see almost you can get an improvement of like 3.4 to 15x. So like this, so this is everything bundled together. So this package is available from the xScale solutions. So it's just a one-step installation. So you just put a single command like this saying installations, and you can see that everything is tuned and everything is running on your GPU. It comes with a lot of benchmarks. You can actually, for example, here it is running AllReduce, as you can see, and you then run your application. So we try to provide like a complete package here, especially for the GPU and open power solutions here. The second package, which takes you to the next one, which I'll be spending much more time here, is the xScale AI. Because as many of you know, we are in a very exciting field of deep learning and AI. And especially in the deep learning, it has two phases, the training and inference. And especially the training is the most compute communication intensive process. It can take days to weeks. So over the last several years, a lot of work is going on to provide faster and faster training. So one can have like a, if you have multiple GPUs on the same node, or even multiple nodes with multiple GPUs. So the question is, how do we take advantage of parallel and distributed training to give you the best performance? Now, if you take a look at a little bit inside of the data parallel deep learning and MPI collective, so here especially, we have an API-driven solution. So that means if you use the same MRPs2 GDR library, you should be able to, together with Horobird, you should be able to run any of the current generation deep learning frameworks like TensorFlow, PyTorch, MXNet, PyTorch distributed, even DeepSpeed. So we have actually linked all these things to our MPI library, and that is a part of a package. I'll be talking more. But the more important thing, if you take a look at any of the deep learning, typically you put the data into the GPU, then you try to do the training forward and backward pass, then you're trying to do this gradient aggregation. So you have either MPI bcast, MPI reduce, or you can combine both these things to make MPI AllReduce. So this library actually supports and optimizes all these collectives. So the xScale AI solution, the goal is to, as an end user, is able to provide you a very complete package. And the major features are like this. It is very easy to use, deployment and execution, can deliver high performance and deliver scalability. But what we have added recently, which is not available in any other software stacks in the community, is a deep introspection capability with visualization support. So that will allow you to carry out performance debugging, also performance tuning and optimization for your DL applications. And I'll go through some of the examples in more detail. So in summary, this package provides a lot of additional things. It is an integrated packaging to support popular deep learning frameworks. It is targeted for both CPU-based and GPU-based deep learning training. I'll be talking only the GPU-based. It provides this cross-stack performance analysis as like you are running your DL application with some Horobird, with an MPI library, with an InfiniBand network. If some performance you are not getting, how do you know where, at what level you are losing the performance and how to act on it so that you can harness more and more performance? So this is an out-of-box optimal performance you can get. It also provides a one-click deployment, and it has support for open power and all other x86 platforms, as well as for the different interconnects. But I'll be mostly talking about open power and InfiniBand and some with NVLink. So let me go through each one of these steps. The the features. So for example, as I said, like easy to use, just like the SQL HPC package, as some of you might be knowing, installing AI environments is very hard these days. Continuously, a lot of CUDA drivers are changing, forward libraries are changing, or TensorFlow, PyTorch, all those are changing. So we have actually put this all together so that as an end user or as a sys administrator, you don't have to actually work for days to worry about all those things. So we have taken care of all the compatibility issues. So just like you can download this package and then install, then here you can see like it is going through the installation with TensorFlow 2.2, with the PyTorch, with Horobird, with your MPI, and then directly also the benchmarks. So now you are ready for your experimentation. So that is one thing we try to provide with our package. So then for the running, similar kind of things you can do, like you can here it says like a up to 256 processes. We can actually run your SNet 50 and directly on the package, it'll actually run. So in addition to the basic performance, so this is where the new things are coming, the deep introspect. I'll show you some of the capabilities here. And in fact, we are working, we have an xScale AI version 1.0 is coming up to be released. So just like the HPC package, here also this xScale AI package provides very good performance and scalability. So here you can see this is run on Oak Ridge Summit system with 1500 GPUs. As you can see, we are scaling very well. And here if you take like an ImageNet 1K, it has 1.2 million images. And we are able to get almost like a 0.42 million images per second. And if you do some quick calculation, you will see this entire SNet 50 can be actually trained in just 4.5 minutes. Okay, because we are able to scale to a very large number of GPUs, whereas other software stacks like NCCL are not able to do that. Similar thing happens here, even though this is not a open power system, typically the NVIDIA has the DGX box. So even on the DGX2 box, you can actually run our xScale AI package and then trying to get even higher performance than what is being provided by the standard NCCL library. Now here it shows very exciting application. These days, especially in the medical field, there is a lot of focus on how do you provide AI-driven solutions. So we have been working with some of the digital pathologists, and especially in the pathology scenarios, as you might be knowing, typically, let's say when we go to a doctor, the pathologist, we might be giving some samples of blood, then the pathologists are trying to analyze these. And now the focus is like, how do we make deep learning useful to them? And this is what we have been working currently with this pathologist. So they were taking actually, just an example, they were trying to do the training of a lot of pathology images. It was taking them 32 hours. And we worked with them, and this experiment was done with OpenPower and NVIDIA Volta GPUs. From 32 hours in one GPU, we reduced to like a first scale up. That means using 4 GPUs in one node, we reduced to 7.25 hours. And then we scaled it to 32 nodes with 128 GPUs, and we were able to reduce that to 27 minutes. So this is a big impact on the pathologist point of view, so that they can actually carry out their analysis and modeling much more faster. So this is the basic capability. So now if you take a look, if you have been running some DL applications or some platforms, many times you will be seeing these are the kind of the steps. You need training, profiling. So many times, let's say you don't get the performance, then what happens? How do you know where the performance is being lost or what is causing on the system? And this is exactly the goal of this deep introspection. So we have a very in-depth software architecture. I'll not get time to go over that, but I'll show you some answers. So for example, if you run, like this is the deep introspect capability, as you are running, you should be able to get a lot of this kind of a profiling information. It will exactly tell you what is happening on the MPI libraries, how many collective calls are being made, what is happening on the NCCL libraries, how many calls are being made. You can get it on the command line output or in the JSON format. But more importantly, you get a dashboard like this. It not only gives you the very basic stuff, but the advanced stuff. And this is what is very unique for the xScale AI product. There are no other tools in the market these days to get this kind of information. It exactly tells how the messages are being called and what is happening in the network. So you get a view from the top to the bottom. So here is an MPI already used. It says like, for example, there is a very high latency for these kind of messages. This is so many counts are happening. And with those, now I'll try to show you some two use cases. If you are an end user, how you can actually try to tune or harness more performance. Okay? And this is only possible with this tool. So I'll first show you the first scenario. So let's say you are an user and you are running a deep lab V3 plus with TensorFlow and Horoword. So typical things works like this. You have an application, you have a framework, and you have an open power cluster. You can run it, but this is where our xScale AI with DI capability comes. So if you launch with this, then what you will do, you will get outputs like this. So in this case, as an end user, while the application is running online or offline, you will be able to get these and very quickly visualization in a visualized manner. You can try to see, look, there is a spike here at 64 megabyte, might be 17 megabytes, there is something happening, or 33 kilobyte. So that means your Horoword stack, if some of you are familiar, the fusion buffer size is not optimized. And that's what is leading to your poor training throughput. So in that case, you can actually increase your fusion buffer size to, let's say, 128 megabytes, and your cycle time to another 5 milliseconds. So you can adjust these two parameters, and then now you can see you will be able to, your MPI all reduced time is able to reduce. And then effectively in the end, when you rerun, so this is what pictorially we are showing, before your Horoword tuning, your performance was limited here. And after using this tool and tuning, you can actually improve by almost 30% higher. So this tool will be able to give you that benefit. The second scenario is a similar, different kind of scenario. Let's say user is running ResNet 50 with PyTorch and Horoword. You are again getting a poor scaling performance. So the question is, again, which layer of the software stack has a bottleneck? And typically analyzing this kind of bottleneck, if some of you are familiar, it takes days. Whereas our tool will be able to help you within even hours, even minutes. You launch your job, and then you get all these analysis. So for example, here, let's say you are getting expected is 5,800 images, but you are only getting 3,000 images. So then where the bottleneck lies? Is it an application parameter or data IO or communication backend or Horoword parameters? You will be able to get this kind of visual performance. So this is like an MPI all reduced. And if some of you know how to look at these numbers, you will see that, look, the latency was quite low, got a jump here, it thoroughly jumped here quite a lot, and then this is low. Obviously, there is something wrong, and might be the MPI library is not optimized, or the MPI library is not picking up the parameter correctly, or if it is not picking up the already algorithm correctly. If you fix those things, and here you can see, let's say these were the reasons we saw in the earlier chart. There are issues. If we can fix it, we can actually see now there is an improvement in the all reduced time, like 86%, 33%, and now the curve is very, very smooth. And then you can actually see you will obtain your performance very close to the target. So you will almost get like a 1.7x speed up by reducing the debugging time for the deep learning scientists. So in summary, this is the tool which we are trying to put as a value-added feature on top of the MPI libraries, so that it is very unique. And especially if you are a deep learning scientist or a deep learning sysadmin, this kind of tool will help you to really obtain, harness higher performance and scalability for your AI applications on the open cloud platform. So with this, let me conclude my talk here. So as we are seeing, there is an exponential growth in HPC and AI, and HPC technology is critical. People have been using open power CPU and GPU. So from the xScale solutions perspective, we have these two packages which are available for the open power ecosystem. And through using these libraries, you should be able to optimize your HPC applications, as well as not only optimize your DI application, DL and AI applications, you will also be able to provide a very nice debugging environment, so that all your end users will be able to be very productive. So we have a full-fledged version here. If any one of you are interested, we'll be happy to show you a demo, or if we can give you also a free trial license, please send us an email to this address. So with this, I'll stop here. If there are any quick questions, I'll be happy to answer. And please post your questions to the Q&A box. And myself and my colleague Dr. Donglai Dai will be able to answer that.